Okay, let's crack it open. What do you think we'll find? Whoa, something's there. What is that? Whoa. Look at that. It actually grew something in there. Or did it? Do you want to know what it grew in there? A piece of sponge that I stuck in the egg during those 10 days. So no, this did not grow a homunculus in there. In fact, it didn't do anything other than just rot. And that's the same thing that happened to the guy who created this homunculus thing. It didn't grow anything. He just put something in the egg to make it look like it grew something. The entire thing is for sure faked. There's absolutely no way that you can combine human DNA and chicken DNA to form a fertilized egg, especially in this situation, the way that he did it. The reason is, for example, even in the scientists who were able to fertilize hamster eggs with human DNA, notice that they had to take out the ZP area around the egg. And also, because chickens are not mammals, our proteins are so different on the cells that even if you were to inject it in and you were able to remove this outer zone here, they still wouldn't be able to be fertilized because of how different their proteins are. It wouldn't result in cell division at all. So a homunculus is definitely nothing to do with a human chicken that have combined together in some freakish fashion to make some kind of a monster. Now in the past, besides this YouTube video, there's been a lot of people who have claimed to have made one. Most likely what happens here is when you let something sit like an egg for 10 days and it's not sterile, there's a lot of stuff that can happen to it depending on what you've injected inside of it and how clean it was and whether there was fungus associated with it or bacteria. There can be a lot of growth that happens because the egg is actually a perfect place for cells to grow inside of. In fact, you actually can grow animal cells inside of an egg. It's not creating some new organism, but all it is allowing an environment where you can get cell division to happen. And for those of you who are actually worried that I wasted a precious Instagram egg on this experiment, well, believe it or not, this was not a fertilized egg. Most eggs that you get from the store are not fertilized eggs. And it's interesting to think about, have you ever thought about which part of the egg actually becomes the chicken when it is fertilized? So next time you crack open an egg, try to look for a little white spot on the egg. This white spot is the germinal disc. And if it were fertilized, that's the part that would turn into a chick. And as the chick grows, it will use the proteins from the egg and assemble it into its own proteins, and its body will continue to grow. And what's interesting is it still needs oxygen while it's inside of there. And there's a tiny little air bubble in every egg, and that's where the bird gets its oxygen as it's growing. And the oxygen from the atmosphere diffuses through the egg into that little air pocket, and so it can continually refresh the oxygen inside of there. And that's how the chicken grows inside of the egg. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of the Action Lab. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when my latest videos out. And head over to theactionlab.com if you haven't checked out the new Action Lab subscription box. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.